Greetings, everyone. It's DVD collection update and rant time again. How's it going? Okay, so DVD collection update. First off, general update for my new and old regular viewers. A lot of you have been coming to my channel because you've been enjoying the video game videos that I've been doing recently, and that's awesome. Plenty more to come. I'm going to keep doing those because clearly... Sorry, with the headphones because you're hearing a bit of echo there. Because clearly everybody's enjoying them, and I'm having a blast making them, so expect more of those. A lot of people have been asking me about when Dead Space Part 4 is coming. It's coming this week, so just stay tuned. You'll see it. So don't worry, I haven't forgotten. The only reason I haven't done it this week is because I've been deathly ill all week. You can probably hear I've still got a bit of a stuffy nose. Just about over it. We're going to see if we can actually do all the filming tonight. And then, excuse me, put up Part 4 maybe tomorrow. Okay, so this is mainly a DVD update and a bit of a rant because there's something that I've noticed that's pissing me off. There's always something, isn't there? And I'd really like it to stop. I don't know that it's going to stop, though, because it seems to be history repeating itself. First off, let's do the easy ones right off the bat, and then we'll get into the rant titles. Okay, first off, I picked up the Chronicles, hang on, there we are, the Chronicles of Riddick Trilogy, or I guess they just call it the Riddick Trilogy. Anyway, this has Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick Dark Fury, which is the animated special done by Peter Chung of Aeon Flux and Reign the Conqueror fame. And of course, the final chapter in the saga, the Chronicles of Riddick. Now, Annetta and I had never seen any of these before. I'd been wanting to see at least Pitch Black for a long time. Because I heard it was a really good sci-fi horror, and playing Dead Space a lot recently, I was kind of in the mood for a sci-fi horror, but the simple fact of the matter is I've seen most of the good ones, so this was one of the few left of like the big notable ones that everybody's heard about that I hadn't seen yet, so I wanted to see that, and yeah, and a lot of people didn't like the Chronicles of Riddick. They just liked Pitch Black, because Chronicles of Riddick turns it more into a sci-fi saga rather than a sci-fi horror. And, but, you know, honestly, I mean, I went in not expecting much. I figured it's Vin Diesel, it's sci-fi. I figure it's probably going to be like the Arnold Schwarzenegger sci-fi movies of the 80s and 90s, you know. Don't expect a lot of thought-provoking stuff. Just expect a lot of stuff blowing up real good with a lot of one-liners. And, well, in all of the above, Riddick pretty much delivers. So it's not high art, but we had a great time and really enjoyed all 3 chapters of the saga. And then this originally on DVD was in my collection, but Annetta, it has become one of Annetta's favorite movies, or pairs of movies. She watched it all the time. It's become kind of one of her comfort movies. Whenever she's pissed off about something or just needs to let off some steam, she loves to watch these. So she insisted that she get the Blu-ray edition. So of course I sold the DVD edition a few months ago because I knew it was coming out on Blu-ray. What am I talking about? We're gonna go, yeah, okay. Kill Bill! Yes, Kill Bill, there we go. Kill Bill on Blu-ray. Now, this is a perfect example to lead into my little rant. Now, you may notice the covers are exactly the same as the DVD editions that came out a few years ago. And if you look at the bonus features on the back, all the extras are also the same as the DVD editions that came out a few years ago. So this is quite literally just a straight high-definition upgrade of the old DVD editions. So obviously it looks and sounds way better than the DVD editions. I mean, this is a really gorgeous looking movie anyway, so you really want to get something like this in high def because it really benefits from the format. Just to see the added detail and richer colors and, you know, sharper resolution and whatnot. So that's great. Now, Don't mind the racket in the background there. Annette is making a sandwich. Okay, so backtrack a little bit. A few years ago, I purchased the Laserdisc edition of The Thing, which is one of my all-time favorite sci-fi horror movies, if not my all-time favorite. This is personally significant to me because it's also the first R-rated movie I ever saw. I originally saw this when I was 12. My parents had taped it off one of the paid TV channels, and it just scared the crap out of me. And it has since become like one of my all-time favorites. Maybe a little clouded by nostalgia, but I just think it's a great film and really enjoy it. So anyway, a few years back, I bought the Laserdisc edition. The Laserdisc edition was there was a couple different editions on Laserdisc, but the one I got was the collector's edition, which came out in 1997 or 98, I believe. It was one of the last generation Laserdiscs. And so it had the movie in widescreen, which was great because I'd never seen it in widescreen up to that point. So I was able to finally see the full picture, which was terrific. And it had a buttload of extras, including like an 83-minute documentary all about the making of it, and behind-the-scenes stuff, deleted scenes, trailers, everything, absolutely everything. And it was just a great collection. And then shortly after that, they put the exact same edition out on DVD, and it looked like this. This is the one. Even had the same cover as the Laserdisc edition, just shrunk down for a DVD case. So for up until recently, this is the edition that I had on both Laserdisc and DVD. Yes, I still have the Laserdisc because I'm that obsessive about this movie. Then a couple years ago, they released this edition on DVD, which is exactly the same as the previous edition, has all the same extras. The only difference is the movie is in anamorphic widescreen, so it's got slightly sharper resolution, so it looks a lot nicer. So I wanted to upgrade to this version. So I sold the previous version, but I just bought this version recently. Why is that? Well, originally I sold the previous version because I heard it was coming out on Blu-ray. Now, you saw the cover of the DVD edition. Here's the cover of the Blu-ray edition. Looks exactly the same, doesn't it? There's no difference. So for all intents and purposes, at a glance, you're going to assume it's the same edition. Well, for the most part, it does have the extras that are on here. However, rather than just presenting the 83-minute documentary, which is just a phenomenal example of how to do a documentary about a film right, instead of just being able to access it on its own, they included it as one of the Blu-ray picture-in-picture features. So you actually, the only way to watch the documentary is to watch it as a feature while you're watching the movie, as like a little window in the side of the screen. And apparently the entire documentary isn't even there. So they just tried to shoehorn in sections of the documentary to the relevant scenes that they're talking about, and it's just a big mess. Okay, I understand, I don't have any problem with picture-in-picture features like that if it's been designed from the ground up to be shown in that format. But in the case of The Thing, this is a documentary that was made 10 years ago, before Blu-ray was even a buzzword of what's coming in the future. I mean, it's not made for that. It's made to just be watched on its own. So that really pissed me off. And after reading about some of the stuff that was ditched in the Blu-ray edition and the ways that they changed everything, I said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to wait until they put out a proper Blu-ray edition of that and just get this version for now. So, very ticked off about that. I was really looking forward to getting the Blu-ray, because quite frankly, I don't care for this cover very much. I actually like the old cover, because the old cover is what the movie poster was. So, yeah. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no, The Thing is not the only one to suffer this fate. The Thing got off a little better than some others, because at least it includes most of the extras from the old editions in some capacity, even if it is in somewhat convoluted presentation. Another one that I sold recently, because I heard it was coming out on Blu-ray, was this one. Annetta!
The mustard.
Yeah, sure, it was the mustard. We believe you. I'm trying to rant here, and all I hear is... from the kitchen.
It is mustard. Stop embarrassing me.
Uh-huh. You can do that later when we're playing Dead Space. Okay, so anyway. One that suffered a similar, but actually far worse fate was the remake of Dawn of the Dead. Now, Dawn of the Dead, I'm a big fan of the original Dawn of the Dead. As I showed in one of my other DVD videos, I have the 3-disc Ultimate Edition of the old version, which has 3 versions of the movie and a buttload of extras. Just awesome, awesome edition. There has yet to be a Blu-ray version that rivals it. It is out on Blu-ray, but only the theatrical cut. It doesn't have all the extras, or anywhere near any of the extras. But anyway, the remake. I originally watched this expecting to hate it because I actually really like the original. But I have to say, this is actually a pretty darn good movie. It's not so much a remake as a, I really hate this term, a reimagining. I hate that term. Like, I hate it, but maybe that's another rant for another time. But anyway, so it basically takes the same kind of concept, but modernizes it and does some different things with it. There's more characters in this one, more little character stories, and it's just, I mean, it has the name Dawn of the Dead, and it has the same basic premise, holing up in a mall to escape the zombie apocalypse. But the way the story unfolds is very, very different from the original, and there's a lot more, so it's a very different movie. Same concept, different movie. And it also features cameos from some of the original stars of the original, which is pretty cool. But I'm not here to review the movie, okay? So let's get to the what pissed me off. Now, okay, look at this. This is beautiful. This is like a really nice edition. I mean, you get the unrated director's cut. It's got a little intro by Zack Snyder where he doesn't seem to know what he's saying. And look at all these extras. Now that is a fully loaded extras package. Not only is there a buttload of stuff about the making of the movie, but there's little featurettes and stuff that, like little mini movies that actually build on and add to the mythos. Like you've got the Lost Tape, over 15 minutes of terrifying footage revealed, which is basically a home movie documenting the last days of Andy, the guy in the gun store. So it's like a video blog of him chronicling his last days as the zombies are just taking over that whole area and he's trying to survive. And it's great because it gives you a lot more insight into Andy's character that you just don't get in the movie. Then there's a special report, Zombie Invasion, which is a 30-minute mock news broadcast showing how the epidemic spread over the course of just a very like a few days and stuff. So this is all good stuff. And then that's just the little mini movies. There's also like tons of behind the scenes stuff. This is a great package overall. So I heard it was coming out on Blu-ray. Now let me show you something. This is kind of where I'm going with this. Let me show you this. This is the cover of the Blu-ray edition. Aside from the fact that it has the big ugly "From the Director of 300" thing on the cover, it looks exactly the same as this. So one would naturally assume it's going to have all this. Well, you know what they say about assuming. You see the ass in it, you make an ass out of you and me. Yeah. The Blu-ray edition of Dawn of the Dead not only doesn't have all the extras, it doesn't have any of the extras. You know what it's got for extras? The trailer. That's it. You get the stinking trailer and none of this awesome stuff at all. My bad. I gotta take the headphones off because the echo's insane. Correction alert. Sorry. I was mistaken. With Dawn of the Dead, you get some of the extras. Some, but not all. Okay, a lot of stuff is missing. You basically get a handful of behind-the-scenes featurettes that are available as pop-up features while you're watching the movie. So once again, you can't access them any other way except watching them with the movie. And you do actually get the commentary track from the DVD edition. So, my bad, there's a few extras there, but nowhere near what you get on the DVD edition. Like, come on! What, didn't you have enough room on the disc? Well, let's take a look here. oh look, it's a single disc DVD. If they can fit all that on one stinking DVD, they could sure as hell fit it on a Blu-ray disc with the movie in high definition. Like, give me a break. That is inexcusable. I'm sorry. If you're going to do that, at least have the decency to change the cover. Because, let's take a look at my final example. This is one I don't have. I haven't repurchased it yet, but it's at the top of my priority list. I used to have this, which you saw in one of my previous videos if you watched my other DVD videos. The 2-disc special collector's edition of Predator. Now, Predator has been on DVD a number of times. It's been re-released several times. This is the only special edition that's ever been put out of it. It's a 2-disc edition. It's got the movie and I think a commentary on the first disc. And the second disc is all special features. It's just loaded with special features. Behind-the-scenes stuff. Just tons and stuff. Tons of stuff. I didn't even finish going through all of it when I originally got it. But it's great. It's a great, fully featured, full package full of great stuff about the making of the movie. Just what you want from an extras package. So, okay. So this was the DVD edition that I had. I heard it was coming out on Blu-ray. I saw the cover of the Blu-ray edition, which looks like this. Exactly the same. Now let me just stress here, this cover, prior to the Blu-ray edition, only ever appeared specifically on the special edition version of Predator. All previous versions and all subsequent versions of Predator had completely different covers, so you could easily tell at a glance which version was which. If it had this cover, it was the special edition. If it had any other cover, it was a plain Jane bare bones release. So I sold my special edition. I said, oh, okay, cool. They got the special edition of Predator coming out on Blu-ray. Awesome. That'll be great on Blu-ray. Oddly, they don't seem to have Predator 2 on the schedule yet, but whatever. I'll just keep that until it comes out too. So I go to the store. So I sell the version of Predator that I had. I go to the store, pick up the Blu-ray when it comes out, look at the back. The back. And what's on the extras? The trailer. Again, we get hosed for extras. Why? Why? There is no reason for this. It's just laziness on the part of the studios. And I really don't understand why they're doing this. I mean, they're pushing Blu-ray. But as someone who values content more than anything, okay, where's my incentive to upgrade? I mean, yeah, okay, great, I get the movie in high definition, which is great, and some people will argue, well, that's all that really matters. Yeah, to some extent that's true, but as a movie buff, as someone who finds the making of the movie often as interesting, if not more interesting, than the movie itself, I want my extras, especially if it's something like this, where there have been a buttload of extras released previously, and, take a look at the thing, where all the extras from all the previous editions carried through to every single DVD edition until the Blu-ray came out. I just don't understand why they're doing that. Like, where's the incentive? I mean, to give you an example of my obsession with content, as I mentioned, I still have the Laserdisc edition of the thing. I still have Laserdiscs of other movies as well. The only reason I keep them is because they have extras that have not been re-released on the DVD editions. I had hoped, but those examples were few and far between, because eventually DVD editions would come out that had those old extras on them. But it's like now we're seeing history repeat itself, but in a slightly different fashion, because we're seeing it more. We're seeing Blu-ray editions that have less content than the previously released DVD editions. And that's a trend that I don't like, and I want to see stop. So come on. I'd like to just blame one studio, except, because these two were Universal, Dawn of the Dead and The Thing. But Predator was Fox. So it's not just one studio. It's at least two studios doing this. And it's ridiculous. There's absolutely no excuse for it. Now you want to look at a set done right? Take a look at the Alien Quadrilogy boxed set, which is phenomenal. It has This is an example of transferring to a new medium and doing it right. Because not only does it have all 4 movies, not only does it have 2 versions of all 4 movies, but the extras package. You have basically all the extras that have ever appeared previously. And by that, what I mean is, you have... Okay, the first 2 Alien movies were released in special editions on Laserdisc. Like, I'm talking big special editions, like $150 each. I had the one for Aliens, and it had a huge extras archive, like more than I had ever seen on a Laserdisc before, and it was amazing. It had still frames, it had like production log that would take you through the entire production from beginning to end. And it took, I read everything. It was like a step frame thing. You'd step frame through it, and it'd be text that you read, and then it would occasionally bring up pictures, and there'd be video clips, and it was a whole like multimedia extravaganza, which was really cutting edge for its day. Now, much to my delight, the Alien Quadrilogy set contains everything that was in that old Laserdisc set. It has a bonus on the 9th disc. Look at that. Laserdisc Archives. And what that is it's an archive containing absolutely everything that was on those Laserdisc editions. That's the way you do it. You take absolutely everything that was available previously and dump it over to the new edition. And then sweeten the deal by having new extras. And that's exactly what they did with the Alien Quadrilogy set. That's the way to do it. So why aren't they doing that with Blu-ray? That's what I want to know, and that's my rant. Get on the ball, people. Come on. I want to upgrade. I'm itching to upgrade. But give me some incentive. Please. They did it with Kill Bill. Some people complain there's not enough new on here, because there's basically nothing new on here. But at least everything that was there to begin with is there. Okay? It's really not that difficult. Anyway, I've made my point. My name is Sean McLean, and this has been my rant. I love Blu-ray. I want to upgrade everything, if possible, but, you know, they really got to get their shit together. Alright, thanks for watching. Dead Space Part 4 coming hopefully tomorrow, if not the next day. Alright, but sometime this week for sure. Thanks for watching, and until next time, sayonara.